presidential candidates make final pledges. The two remaining candidates in the Alliance presidential race have returned to the Alioth system to make their final campaign vows. In the parliamentary chamber of the Assembly, Elijah Beck addressed his fellow council members. The Alliance occupies a unique position, and as such must remain true to its principles. My focus as president will be on attracting more independent systems to our interstellar family. He was followed by the current incumbent, President Gibson Kincaid. Fazia Silva's assassination was an assault on our democracy. The Alliance's enemies are growing bold, and we must do the same. I beseech the Assembly to imbue the presidential role with executive powers, to transform our alliance into a true superpower capable of challenging its adversaries. Prime Minister Redmond Mahon thanked both candidates and wished them good luck in the election. The public vote will take place on Tuesday the 16th of October and the results will be announced later that week. Week in Review. Here are this week's major stories. Journalist Gethin Okonkwo has shared more details about his time with the Far God cult. In a detailed article, Okonkwo expressed relief at Far God believers returning to their hive chapels following weeks of persecution. The journalist said he would be collaborating with exotheologian Dr. Alfred Aliana to produce a definitive account of the sect. The Federal Security Service has discovered more personal administration robots containing concealed surveillance programs, prompting hundreds of businesses and individuals to destroy their personal robots. It is understood that all the affected models are made by the Achilles Corporation. In other news, technology company Herculean Machines has begun mass production of its new device, the Jura Drive personal computer. Following the successful performance of its prototype at the Rackham Ultra Tech Expo, the company has received corporate funding from a range of sources, including Rackham Capital Investments. The two remaining candidates in the Alliance presidential race have returned to the Alioth system to make their final campaign vows. Elijah Beck said that his focus as president would be on attracting more systems to the Alliance, while current President Gibson Kincaid renewed his plea to imbue the presidential role with executive powers. Meanwhile, the Close Encounters Corps has announced plans to construct a scientific megaship in the BD-12-1172 system. The new vessel will allow research teams to map and explore the planets of the surrounding nebula. The Close Encounters Corps has placed an open order for various commodities to facilitate construction of the megaship. Finally, Broadcast Cobra has announced that its appeal for commodities has reached a successful conclusion, having received an overwhelming response from the galactic community. The commodities contributed to the campaign will be used to construct a megaship, from which the organization will broadcast its take on current events. And those are the main stories this week. Jura Drive enters production. Technology company Herculean Machines has begun mass production of its new device, the Jura Drive personal computer. Following the successful performance of its prototype at the Rackham Ultra Tech Expo, the company has received corporate funding from a range of sources, including Rackham Capital Investments. Maddox Hurd, CEO of Herculean Machines, told the media, "As I've said before, what people want is a reliable tool that is tough enough to handle anything. I'd like to once again thank the galactic community for providing the commodities that made our success possible." There has been no comment from rival CEO Scorpio Devoro. Broadcast Cobra initiative concludes. Broadcast Cobra has announced that its appeal for commodities has reached a successful conclusion, having received an overwhelming response from the galactic community. Vast quantities of thorium, indium and superconductors were delivered to Sopwith over the past week. These will allow construction of a megaship from which the organization will broadcast its take on current events. Alessandra Coe of Broadcast Cobra issued the following statement. "We'd like to thank everyone who supported this campaign. We hope that wherever you are, you're always listening. Pilots who contributed to the initiative can now collect their awards from Sopwith in the HIP 16038 system."
Hello, everybody. Mr. Moo here in the cockpit, here in Elite Dangerous. And, yeah, here in, where the hell am I? And why is, there we go. Hip 4103, that's where I'm at. You know what? I think I forgot how to fly. Oh, hello everybody. We've got Commander Devil's Curse, Sniper Man, Nacer, Sanson. Let's see who just popped in. Gret. Oh, thank you all for coming back. Nebulous Tuxedo, I'm back. Good news, so am I. Oh, it's been a day, hasn't it? It's been a hot minute. Yep, throttle's on the left. Thank you. Thank you. I think, so let's see here let's try spinning. That's a good trick. Woohoo! Yeah, I've been gone for damn near about 2 weeks. Got bored of Elite, went on ETS2 binge. Not bad. Shoutouts. Oh my god, we got some shoutouts here. South Sea Exic. Go with that. Alicors, thank you so much for the tier 1 resub there. 9 months, I believe.
Hey, best buddy.
Oh, it's you.
It's not showing it, but we know it's 9 months. Avoid desktop felines. Yeah, I saw that. I know that Hank once destroyed my ship. I didn't know that they were wrecking fuel rats now. Hopefully everything went well and you're all good. I will tell you a little bit about that. Let's see here. Kilo Wolf 419, thank you so much for the follow. Zaynyan, thank you. And Light and Magic, thank you so much for the follow. Everybody, welcome to the crew. Oh, it is good to be back. So yeah, I was... Niao contacted me. Well, of course Niao contacted me, by which I mean she came in the door after work one day and said, "Hey, my folks invited us to join them for their 50th wedding anniversary. Do you want to come?" I'm like, and I'm thinking, okay, we get to fly out to Iowa. Woo! And then Niao says, those 2 magic words, in Hawaii. Yes. Vox, good afternoon. Varad, I was wondering if Hank was still working while you were on vacation. Apparently so. He's subcontracting out. So, yeah, that was a thing.
Oh, it's you.
Holy Spaceballs. You are Liv. Happy 9 months.
I am Liv. I'm also alive. I'm also live.
Oh, it's you.
Alicors, thank you. 9 months. Knew it was in there. Commander Varad, thank you so much. 8 months. Thank you so much for the Prime subs there. Happy living. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Not you. You know, some things never change. So yeah, instead of flying out to Iowa for, you know, what I thought was going to be, well, Iowa, ended up flying out to Hawaii. That was a good choice. Not as much a vacation as I would have wanted because, well, we were in the same, you know.
Oh, it's you.
Suite with,
I'm
you know,
barely alive, but I'm alive. Hello. Woo, 7 months.
Ghost Tracker, thank you so much for the 7 months. Marino Twine, thank you so much for the 8 months. Oh, goodness, everybody's back. Oh, so yeah, it wasn't quite as vacation-y as I would have liked because, well, same suite with the in-laws. Yeah, that. You need a custom response when you say not you, she says sorry. I like that idea. All the subs, we never left. No, I left you and I am very sorry. Don't cry for me, Narvert. I'll see about getting the musical rights to that. No, I leave for 5 minutes. And, you know, no, the day we flew out, I'm checking Inara. Huh, we're in a war. Huh, we're in a war in 2 places. You didn't fill the food bowl. No, we took Hank and Yuki to our vet. Our vet is a cats-only vet's office, which is, it's not bad. And by not bad, I mean it's pretty damn good. They've also got a boarding service there. So, Hank and Yuki had their own little kitty condo. They had like 2 rooms, multiple levels, toys. They got a kitty vacation. It's okay, we only destroyed each other during your absence. Oh, good. Gret, I don't know what you're talking about. That is a suspiciously specific denial. There we go. Gret became a pirate. I've been hearing about that. Oh, so no, we flew 757 from Seattle out to, well, straight to, we stayed on the island of Kauai. The westernmost human inhabited island in the chain. And that was beautiful. Niao and I, we went for a few drives around the island, you know, just took in the local food, the local shops, local everything, because the island is not that big. Everything is local. Except the roads on the northern side of the island, they got washed out. They got washed out a year or so ago. They were just being repaired, and then this hurricane washed out the repairs. So, a little bit of a problem there. Got things all taken care of, though. I mean, well, we could drive around 3/4 of the island. Locals are allowed to drive around to that section that's been washed out. They've got temporary roads up, but, well, we didn't want to... we didn't want to wreck the rental car taking it mud bogging. Well, Niao didn't want to wreck the rental car taking it mud bogging. Go figure. But no, absolutely beautiful out there. Also, something neat, because I am the techno geek that I am. We took a helicopter tour of the island, and that was amazing. Turns out that Hawaiian volcanoes, when they wrap up their eruptive phase, they tend to stop being, you know, what you see, like fountains and flowing lava and things like that, and they tend to go a little bit more kaboomy. Which is why on the island of Oahu, you know, 70, 90 miles away, there are boulders from Kauai which got blown to that island when it exploded at the end of its eruption. But the helicopter itself, Gret, gotta go unfortunately, duty calls. Take care, Gret, thanks for stopping by. And Hardcore, thank you so much for the host. So yeah, took a helicopter tour of the island, and me being the techno geek that I am, this was a an Airbus H130 T2. Amazing piece of hardware, love that thing. Apparently, back when, I think it was Eurocopter building them, before they got bought out by Airbus, but the company that we flew with, Blue Hawaii Helicopters, they actually had input with Eurocopter on the design and construction of this thing. Wide-body helicopter, absolutely loved by air ambulance crews. I can see why. It was comfy as hell. Also, if you like flying in Elite, you will love flying in a helicopter. Best thing in the world. I mean, it just... Niao noticed that I have a great big grin on my face whenever I'm on an airplane that takes off or whenever it's landing. I love it. I had an even bigger grin when it came to riding in that helicopter. We saw the river where they filmed the opening of Raiders of the Lost Ark. You know, start the plane! Start the plane! We flew past the waterfall and the area where they had the waterfall scene from the first Jurassic Park. A lot of Jurassic Park filmed on Kauai. Go figure. And you know what? It's good to be back. It is really, really good to be back. Thank you all for coming by. Let's go fly some spaceships. So, HIP 4103. Why the hell am I here? Because there's somebody that decided to be a little naughty, and that brought me to their door. Also, I tried a little bit of flying yesterday just to make sure I could. First time flying in damn near 2 weeks. I pull off a perfect flight assist off, rotation assist off landing. It wasn't Santa. I pull off a perfect landing. First time flying like 2 weeks, right? And yet, I talk to you guys, and it's only when I start up the stream then I am perfectly capable of flying into the side of a station like Mr. Magoo playing High-Lie. Go figure. Hardcore, here I am, 48,000 light years away, making my way to Beagle. Let's have a look at that on the map. I don't like flying. Elite just holds me captive by now. Fair enough. You are not out there yet, or you're not online. This makes sense. Figuratively, 48,000 light years out. You'll have to log in. Well, you're 48,000 light years away, so... what, round halfway between the core and Beagle? I can visualize that. Turned in my data. I didn't show that on stream because, you know, playing menus. We made about 80 million. I thought I was going to make more, but no, I made about 80 million. So no, it wasn't bad actually for the times and tracking my numbers. Second to last arm out. Gotcha. Let's see here. What was I was checking my numbers. I was averaging about, well, averaging about, beautiful. I was averaging 130 light years per jump. When you take my jumps and my and the number of jumps and the distance I covered, I was pulling 130 light years per jump. That's not bad. Nacer, had my first alien solo after a total of 3 tries, and you missed that. Ah, but I was with you in spirit. There he is. Hey, Hardcore. Howdy from Civilization. I saw a Teen Mouth Electron there among the NPCs. Yep. There it is. Clean. A dolphin. Which is an appropriate name, I think. Because the original was what, a racing boat? Yeah, it was a racing boat. Pulled a slight modification on the Taurus. Are the cats grouchy with you after being away? They are very happy I am home. And they are very happy they are not on vacation anymore. They were in the kitty condos at the vet's office. I would have been on yesterday, but I jet lagged really weird. We got back late Saturday night, slept until the crack of noon on Sunday, and then I didn't sleep again until last night. That sucked. Yeah, 1 second. There you go. Let's see here. A view out the cockpit, alright. Speaking of cats, did you hear about the fuel rat incident? Carranza, I did. Wow, Hank is apparently subcontracting is what he's doing. Alicors, there was a fuel rat staged a long-distance rescue. His cat jumped on the keyboard and hit the boosters. Loss of rat and loss of client. Yeah, it was a bad deal. Made Kotaku, made PC Gamer, made all the big publications. Shoot, if I'd known a cat destroying a ship was newsworthy, I would have posted to Hank a little bit more. My girlfriend's cat caused me to boop Cygnus X1. At least it wasn't SAG A-star. You can nose boop Cygnus. Maybe not advisable, but you can nose boop it.
Mission objective detected.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, we've put a slight modification on the Taurus here.
Awaiting further instruction.
We're running pacifiers. Target power plant.
Target locked.
That way, I can get a good lock with the regular guns.
Under attack.
The standard frags will just home in, and the pacifiers actually put in work.
Phenomenal.
Just like so.
Incoming mission critical message.
More killing! More violence!
We're picking up a distress signal.
Proto-light alloys. Yep, don't mind if I do.
Cargo scoop deployed.
So that gives me a little bit of practice with fixed guns, and I've got the gimbals on the small frags, so I'm not worrying about dual quadruple reticles. Nacer, speaking mods, I made my chief full fixed. How you liking it? Yeah, we'll grab phase alloys. Type 7 is like driving Deathclock's tour bus. Nice. XL Twinkie, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the crew. It's good to be back. It's like dropping a nuke on something. What are you running for? Okay, you're running all fixed. I guess I should ask, what's fixed?
Cargo scoop retracted.
Still can't moo a wing assassination. Not sure what to say. Oh, youngest baby Alicors has joined the viewing. Hello, tiny human. Welcome to the world. Full frags, overcharged, variation of effects on them include debuffs, incendiary, and extra
Full
firepower.
integrity is within limits.
Yes,
All
so
other
you pull the
systems are
trigger
online.
and the target disappears into a cloud of rapidly expanding monoatomic mist. Yeah, your ship doesn't open fire anymore. It erupts. I missed the bubble. I missed the bubble too. New build is mighty, but still can't take it down in time. Sounds like you need some shield boosting on that thing. I miss my sanity. Bah. Sanity's overrated. Trying to maths out the boosters on the PvP FTL, and it's tough. From what I've heard, and this is just what I've heard from people who are a little bit more knowledgeable on the topic than me, basically, I think you want to equip a PvP ship's shields like you would a Thargoid, an anti-Thargoid build. Still need to get the Guardian tech. I don't think I've got... Okay, I've got one Guardian shield booster. But... I suppose that works. Basically, as far as I know, reinforce some heavy duty, you know, try to get some thermal resists on there, but, you know, don't work about... I think. I mean, I've been out of the loop for 2 weeks, and that's probably changed around a little bit. Lakon, Kilo, Yankee, Lima, request docking clearance.
Requesting docking permission.
Access granted. Please head directly for Bay 30.
Oh, you're in a Crusader build? Okay, that would do it, Vrod. I've seen Crusaders pull it off. In fact, I've pulled it off in one myself, but it wasn't as easy as with a Chief, I'll say that. So yeah, we've taken over the Undine system. Undine. Whatever, we've taken it over, and this is a lovely little Coriolis we got here. Liangri, 15% discount. Only 2 stars in the system. This is orbiting the primary at like, what, 150 light seconds? 154. Compromised nav beacon, so this place is a little Wild West. I approve. Started moving some ships in here, just, you know, reasons. Still trying to figure out what I want to put on this thing. Still trying to figure out what I want to put on a lot of things. Been playing around with the Shockwave, running a Beam and Imperial Hammer build. That's been fun. A Type 9, which I don't even know why I have it. There's some stuff on this that I barely fly a Type 9. The Indecent Proposal needs a little bit of work. The Elegant Chaos. This has some potential. I may be playing around with this just a little bit. I barely use these gimbaled burst lasers. I mean, in fact, they're all still level 1. They're all still, Engineering 1.0.
Oh, it's you.
Hardcore, thank you so much for the 3 months Prime resub. Should be more than that, but no, I'll get online with somebody and make noises. But no, thank you so much for that. That really is appreciated. Ah. Irk, stretch. Yuki is curled up in a ball of cat right next to me. I'm still rocking the Mountain Man beard. Run down with Reinforced Heavy Duty. It's not the best pick one for me. Oh, okay. I don't know, Nacer. Honestly, I am not the person to... I'm really not the person to talk to about PvP because I've got opinions but zero experience to back it up. So I have literally enough knowledge to be dangerous. Just, you know, to everybody I'm giving advice to. Yeah, Clipper. Just kind of playing around. I mean, this thing, I've never been happy with it. And the weapons on it are like Engineering 1.0, scramble burst lasers. We'll just sell these off and start from scratch on it. I've got a couple of ideas on this. A little bit, well... When I say a little inspired by, I mean blatantly ripped off of. One of Gret's ideas, which I'm going to play around with later, see how well that works. I hear tell the Clipper flies like a dream. It really does. Yeah, I've got ye old engineering in here. Out with ye old, in with ye new. Or something. But no, with this thing, I think it's time to play with some fun toys. Is the Clipper or the Cutter the huge Imperial ship? The Cutter. The Clipper it's large, but it doesn't fly like it's large. So no, we'll be seeing more of this. We'll be seeing more of this build. Right now I think we are, let's see here, are we configured for speed? We are kind of configured for speed, I guess. Oh, Lord. All of this entire ship is engineering 1.0. Sorry for not using correct grammar, hard to type one-handed. Look, buddy, what you do on your own time is your own business. No, I understand you were holding the miniature Alicors. Let's see here. Can I mod this at all? I can. FSD is good. Going to go plaid? You know, I don't know if I'm going to go plaid. Let's see what a level 3 dirty drive tune, how that feels on this thing. Probably not going to feel so great, but well, wait, I got to turn in missions too. You know, important things. $2 million a pop, $1 million a pop, it's still not bad. iMage, welcome back. Well, thank you so much. It's good to be back. Yesterday was the movie anniversary for Spaceballs. Neat. No, we're probably not going to go plaid, but we'll see what this thing can... I'm passing up refined focus crystals? Ah, you can get refined focus crystals anywhere. Go to Neutron World, that's only 21,000 light years. Why not? Is there anybody that just wants to go... I should have packed business class cabins in this thing. Excuse me. Yeah, I should have packed business class on this. First class is not getting me anywhere. Minimum cabin class. Prisoner. Did they put in a new kind of, passenger? Passenger cabin here? Just, you know. The rowing deck? Sightseeing adventure. Hey, here we go. How bad can this be? 800 light seconds. Rich tourist. Basigi system. It's not far. It's 800 grand. What is the worst that can happen? Here's the worst that can happen. Can you take a look for Stage 2 FSD Engineering Long Range? Yeah. I think I can. Atypical disrupted wake echoes and chemical processors. Yep, atypical disrupted wake echoes. Well, let's see what I do with a ship that has only, you know, a torpedo loadout, no secondary weapons. What's the worst that can happen? Gear up.
Gear coming up.
Disengage from landing pad. Maintain correct lane on exit.
Other than the fact that I don't know how to fly a clipper. That could be one of those things that goes wrong. Like I was saying, Mr. Magoo playing Hyli. Right, this handles a little differently than your, Chieftain. A little bit. We'll edit that out. Majestic liftoff, bang, right into the wall.
You have left the no-fire zone. Have a safe journey.
Okay, so this is neat. This is grade 3, engineering 1.0, and I'm still doing 411. Which is what a clipper before engineering could do with its boosters. I think it hit like 420, 425, something like that. Boost sweet. Yeah, and this is with grade 3 1.0. I think we need to put a better engine into this thing. Sounds like a plane cruising. Having been trapped on the rear half of an A330, I can attest to the accuracy of this statement.
Jumping to next system. Frameshift now engaged.
Engineering 1.0, ritual sorcery to RNGesus. I mean, you're not wrong.
All systems check out. No unusual activity.
So, somebody's saying the Imperial Clipper heard they fly like a dream. They do. You just need to remember that the lateral thrusters aren't as strong as, say, a Chieftain. Or a Fer-de-Lance. Or a Cobra. Or a Type 7. Good in a straight line, though. But no, right now, I'm trying to get back into actually using a face cam, but right now I am rocking the Mountain Man. Ah, what the hell. Yeah, this is what I'm looking like right now. Maybe not quite full-on Mountain Man, but it's on its way. Cutter's boost doesn't sound like a toilet flush, it sounds like an anime power-up with the rising tone. Which is a reason that I actually want to get my cutter equipped. Yes, the elusive Moo with the face cam. So, something kind of funny. Oh boy. Let me see if I can get a picture. Let me get landed and I'll pull up a picture. I promise I'm not going to be showing vacation slides. I promise. But there are a few pictures that need to be shown. Niao and I went on a eco tour. One of those, well, I mean, we took a tour of one of the old sugar plantations on the island. But we did it via inner tube. Because we just took a ride down the old irrigation canals. Through tunnels, underground, fun. Actually, it was really fun. But the guides were very, very helpful afterwards, and they were saying, like, you know, here's the places you want to go, here's, you know, some beautiful beaches. Here's a 12-mile beach on the end of the island. Absolutely amazing. Just don't park on the sand or everybody will laugh at you. Because you'll get stuck. Because there isn't very much in the way of four-wheel drive rentals. Makes sense. Get a pic. Let's see here. Let's get landed here. There, now that I remember how to fly the damn thing. Let's pull up the picture here. Alright, so here is me, and here are the only other people. Here's me, and here's the beach, 12 miles long. But, yeah, those were the only other people on the beach. This place was remote. You had to take like a 4-mile drive down washboard gravel road, volcanic rocks, so you got to take it real slow. Again, four-wheel drive is probably one of those things you want. I didn't have, so I just went with slow over, you know, over ability. We get parked, we park off the beach, well off the beach. Yeah, an SRV would be good. We get parked well off the beach. Ah, what the hell. And, a group, well, not a group, but a car behind us decides, well, that's too far to walk. We're going to go up into the parking area. That was, 6-inch deep sand, and they're in a, what were they in? A Nissan Versa, which, didn't work so well. So, Niao and I are trying not to laugh at them. We're making our way back down the beach, and this poor guy he's not getting out of this sand trap. He's got it floored. He's in danger of digging the car into a hole. It's not a good look. So Niao and I look at each other and we're like, okay. So, I don't know if we helped or hurt more here, because we got him out, but Niao, who does some pretty decent weightlifting, she gets, you know, her and I both get behind the car, and she gives kind of a grunt and pushes, and the trunk kind of folds around her hands a little bit, and I fall over laughing. Car gets pushed out, but I was like, oh dear. Hey, could you pop the trunk? And they open it up, and you know, she kind of surreptitiously bashes the dent out from the inside. Nothing permanent, that we're going to say. And yeah, they continue on their way, and the driver's like, no, I had this, but thanks. And his wife looks at Niao and looks at me and says, no. We start making our way back down to the car, and he stops the car to snap one more picture. While still parked in the sand. Niao and I look at each other, look back, start making our way back towards this guy. Slight panic. He just floors it and manages to catch a lava rock, which, yes, catapults his car free, but also manages to put a nice little ding in the side, which, well, fortunately, Niao's off the hook for doing any kind of damage to his rental. Tourists. And I say this as a tourist. Right, back to spaceships. Anything neat? Atmospheric processors? No. 600 grand? I thought it was 800 grand. No big.
Incoming mission critical message.
What do you want? Anything going back to Undine? Nope, doesn't look like it. Wait. Yes, there is. Rich tourist. Anybody else heading back that way? As a matter of fact, no. Did I just go right past Undine? Probably did. Gear up.
Landing module retracted.
Nacer, back from some number crunching. Excellent. Marino Twine, new XCOM DLC. Yeah, I played around with it a little bit. I was actually planning on using it to distract myself on the plane. Unfortunately, the person in front of me decided to recline into my lap, and they weren't too keen on holding my laptop. Galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
So yeah, hit me up with some numbers here. What do you got, Nacer?
Frameshift now engaged.
But as you can see from the beach picture, I'm not exactly small. But, no, flying in steerage class just doesn't work very well for me. Try a build that has some decent absolute power and high resistance for some rapid charging. Then, going for some more rapid charging. So I'm hearing a lot of rapid charging here. It's certainly a viable... Huh? Actually, I don't know how viable it is. Hit me up with some numbers after that and tell me what you think. Or tell me what you find. Words. Words are important. The Diamond Geezer. Huh. $2,000 absolute bioweave on a class 5. All resistance is over 51%. 4 pips. Not bad. Yeah, that ain't bad at all. I am a fan of high resistance over megajoules because then you can get a faster recharge going. And Liella is the one who would probably know a little bit more about that than me. And by probably, I mean absolutely. Gudamaya, Kilo, Yankee, Lima, request docking clearance.
Initiating.
Oops. Hang on, Leo.
Please head directly for Bay 3-2.
There you go. Gear down.
Gear down.
I've got to, since Coriolis changed over to that particular link shortener, I need to update my permissions there. Just one of many, many things that I need to do. Finally unlocked prismatic shields, wondering what ship role they'd be better for. Are they strong, slow recharge, or more like better bi-weaves? They are strong and very slow recharge. Very, very slow recharge. Right, I want passenger board, not mission board. Yeah, prismatics, I believe, have like twice the time it takes to recharge them. Either twice or 50% more. I think that's the deal on them, and 20% more strength. There we go. $1.2 million for flying back and forth a couple of times. That ain't bad at all. But we'll put this particular build on hold. We'll play around with other stuff. I don't know if PA ever left being the meta. That part I know. Let's see. This boosts a little bit faster. Need to play with this one a little bit, but I was having fun flying with it in the, I was having fun flying with this in the resource site the other night. Also, I need to get my practice on, so let's play with this for a little bit, see what we can get out of it. No, I leave for 5 minutes and I see that we've taken over systems, we've got expansion going on again, we've had 2 wars. What the hell have you been people doing? What have you been doing while I was gone? Gear up?
Gear up.
Otis, hey! Yeah, all is very groovy. Got back from a trip with my in-laws. It wasn't a bad time. Nav beacon, here we go. Let's see what kind of mischief this will get up to. What about you? I know I've been out of the loop a while. What's the good news on your side of stuff? Weapons. Yeah, what's the heat reducing railgun? That's the sturdy build, right? Any experimental you put on a rail is minus 40% heat? I gotta look at my numbers more closely. Alright, love, out the door.
Wilco, Commander. Let's deploy this fighter.
Alicor, it's time for work. Enjoy the stream. thanks for stopping by, and yeah, say hello to the family and everybody.
Fighters online. Ready for action.
Oop. Well, here's where we play. Because obviously I need more rail practice. Got your elite rank in exploration year and a half plan. Grats, Otis. And yeah, I'm running triple hammers here.
Outstanding.
Target destroyed. Searching for further contact.
Yeah, Thargoid hunting is decent FA off. Well, it's decent FA off. It's decent practice for everything. What do we got here? Who are you?
I
One.
am Alex.
Not you. I didn't need those boosters anyway. You stopped missing? I still need to learn that particular skill. Attack my target.
Weapons free.
Order confirmed. Engaging target. Enemy is down.
Did play the first Elite on your C64. Ooh, you're a veteran then. I didn't even hear of this particular series until Elite Dangerous, actually. I mean, come on, my first computer was a Macintosh Plus, so well, which is probably why I didn't hear about games, because, you know, back in the day, you know, Zork, Return to Zork, Photoshop. Attack my target.
Affirmative.
I hear you loud and clear. Moving to attack position.
All right, take care, Nacer. And I'll catch you on the Discord. Sure, then he starts landing hits.
Hostile is down.
Set 1-2. Let's get the shields charged back up a little ways.
Frameshift charge detected.
Vet? Nah, hold fart. That too. Nah, he's jumping out. I mean, I could go after him, but I know I'm not going to be able to do enough damage to knock him out before he jumps, so... He's clean, he's just beat to hell and gone. Yeah, the first game I actually had for our computer, I tried running... Oh, it was Microsoft Flight Simulator on a Macintosh Plus that had an external hard drive. And tell you what, the speakers on a Mac Plus were not good for listening to a Cessna 180. Oh, my folks hated me for that. Basically told me they were going to toss that computer out the window, and they'd been the ones who used it for their office, so it wasn't a good sound. Then we ended up getting a oh god, what do we get? Like an old Mac Performa. And suddenly I could play games. I played X-Wing on the collector's CD edition. Except I didn't have anything to control the ship. I just had keyboard and mouse. Which is probably why I hate flying any space sim, any space game period with just keyboard and mouse. I pooled all my money, all my newspaper money, everything. Recall the fighter. And said, nope, I am going to get a proper controller.
Receiving telemetry.
So I got a 2-button joystick.
Retreat to fighter bay at once. Door opening.
Which is about all they could do in, well, they could do a lot better in 1994? 96. But, not for, not for what I was trying to fly. Not for what I was trying to spend. Helped it in my junior high school newspaper, Mac Plus in '87 with 10 meg external hard drive. Woohoo!
I'm sorry, that's a negative, Commander. Fighter on board. Finalizing retrieval process.
Yep. Oh, how did we even survive back then? My dad was Navy, really hunted subs. First major game for me was Silent Service. I had Silent Service, except it was on the NES, so I didn't even get any real mouse and keyboard control. I got a D-pad, an A button, and a B button. Also, another game that my folks absolutely hated, because when you ran that submarine on batteries, for a long ass time. Actually, a funny thing with gaming, I said that I hadn't heard of the Elite series until Elite Dangerous. But there was a game I played when I finally bought myself my first PC. And that was a game put out by Sierra called Hard War, which I had no idea was actually a game that had been heavily inspired by Elite. So, nifty little bit of gaming history there. Still need more rail practice. But I need a lot of practice in everything. I'm just kind of playing around, poking around. It's just good to fly again. Oh, out of commission for nearly 2 weeks. What are you... Where are you? How did... Excuse me a moment. Something funny happened in here. And that would be why.
Attention, maintain nominal separation distance within this area.
Weapons.
Warning. Temperature critical. Warning.
Warning.
Taking heat damage. Target shields offline.
Come on, roll it around.
Warning. Temperature critical.
Warning.
Taking heat damage.
And he high wakes out.
Warning. Hull breach attack. Taking internal damage.
Real PC 386 or 486. I think I had an Intel Celeron. It was a compact, so, you know. And yeah, firing in the no-fire zone there. What are they gonna do? Shoot me? What are they gonna do? Shoot me? Last words of man who was shot. No, it was a compact Presario Intel Celeron, so not quite sure. Back in the mists of time. 8 megs of video RAM. No dedicated video card on it. If I had had the Taurus, that would have been gone a lot easier, but...
Ship is on the ground. Engaging documents. It's good to have you with us, Commander.
First real PC, AMD 386DX, 40 megahertz home-built thing my uncle and I put together in 91 or 92. 40 meg hard drive, oh yeah. Yeah, I thought I was king of the hill with a 256 meg, or 200, was it 250? Yeah, it was 250. No, it was a 256 megabyte hard drive, and I thought, woohoo, I am set. Yeah, I was not set. Well, I haven't taken too much damage there, so, you know. Alright, so what's on the agenda? Turns out I don't care about waking up in time or having data. Oh. Nacer, if you gotta go, then you gotta go. Don't go... sleep deprivation sucks. I should know. I was up... Well, yesterday I had a doctor's appointment. And they asked, so, how have you been sleeping? I said, well, I woke up at 7 yesterday. Were you up early? And I said, no, technically I'm up awfully late right now. Okay, so what do I want to do? I want to do something that's got... I like the tri-hammers. Aaron Duran, in the mid-90s, all I really cared about was printing papers for college and playing Dark Forces and TIE Fighter. If I could do that, I was cool. Oh, when I was in college, it was X-Wing Alliance. And remember playing multiplayer on Microsoft Zone? Whew. Yep. Spent more time getting track-fed paperwork so you could finish schoolwork. Oh, God. Yeah, my folks' old dot matrix Apple printer. They had a giant box. They had a box of paper underneath. And I thought, wow, that's a lot of paper. They won't mind if I print out this city from Sim City. Spoiler alert. They minded. They minded a lot. Because I didn't go with the full, the full overhead view of the city, the mini map. No, I printed the entire city at screen, interface resolution. Expansion support by killing terrorist. I guess. Interact with the comms data link at Fox Depot. What's the distance? 18 light years, hit 4103. I need to get back into this, and besides, giving refined focus crystals, which somebody was saying I should have taken, so yeah, let's do that. Printed mine too, folks were not impressed. Funny thing though about that printer, it was reliable. Gear up.
Retracting docking modules.
Exit the station quickly and safely.
Later generation printers, everything else in computer technology has gotten better. Printers? Pfft, devil's tool.
Course adjustment.
My printer ended up out the window 3 days ago, now in the bin. I'll allow it.
All systems check out. No unusual activity. Incoming mission critical message.
Alright, well, now we get to tell more tales of being old while we fly this 33,000 light seconds. It could be worse. Having a very bad day, tried to print something, it wasn't having it, then I stubbed my toe on it. So of course I had to go out the window, as one does. May have flipped my lid. Oh, good, May. Actually, something real talk here. After having flown in cattle car for 6 and 7 hours, respectively, I did say to Niao, I said, you know what? I am no longer going to complain about sitting in my cushy seat for 100,000 light seconds or 200,000 light seconds. Hell, even Alpha Centauri. Hutton Orbital ain't that far. And at least I can get up and do other things, but... Oh, I had the person in front of me just lean back in her seat until, her head was basically, up against my chest. I had a kid behind me who decided he was going to be the next Pele and decided to keep bicycle kicking my, the back of my seat. I had, there was some guy like 2 seats back and to my left who didn't want to spend money on headphones, so what he did was he just cranked his laptop up to full volume and started watching something which have no idea what it was, but whatever. I can get from here to Edinburgh in the time it takes to get to Hutton. Yeah, there you go. And yeah, and then you had the kid 2 seats up who was just screaming their head off, which I cannot blame. I can't. I'm not going to blame screaming kids on an airplane. That hurts, especially coming in for landing. I mean, little 2-year-old, 3-year-old, they don't know what to do. You know, when, you know, parents say yawn, little kid doesn't know how to yawn on demand. Little kid yawns, it's because they're bored. It's not because they're trying to make themselves yawn. So I can't blame that. I'm not blaming the little kids for screaming, but it was just one more little thing. I'm in Texas. Driving in any direction, I'd still be in Texas before I got to Hutton. Northern Washington. Depending on traffic, I might end up in Canada. Possibly. Or if I really poured on the coals and it was late at night, I know I'd be able to make it to Oregon. I've done that before, and nobody here. If anybody says I said that, I will delete this VOD. Oh, what's the security here? Medium security, alright. Set 1-2. We're gonna need some shields for this one. Why is America so big? Well, it's kind of like the Air Entry Alliance. I mean, we started off with something small and we just kept going. Less smallpox blankets, though. But no, Ghost, there's something that, it's... Boat might be better, I'm on a coastline. Gotcha. Yeah, what was it I heard? To somebody from England, somebody in the UK, 100 miles is a long trip, and to somebody in the United States, 100 years is a long time. Hello there. Wanted, competent. Why not? Live in California, it takes longer to drive across Texas than it does to get to Texas from here. Oh, yeah. I've driven north to South California, and that is a long-ass trip. Did a trip once from Seattle to Davis, starting off at 9 p.m. at night. Wasn't one of my better ideas. What are you doing? Are you actually evading? Or are you trying to... Oh, I think he's trying to interdict me. Maybe. Possibly. No, I don't know what he's doing. I need a bigger capture arc on this thing. Oh, we can circle each other for a while, or I can just... It's not worth it. Just keep on going. Jay Barnett, big enough for variable weather, already had snow in Wisconsin. Well, I guess it is mid-October. That makes sense. Never bother putting interdictors on anymore because it always turns into a Super Cruise jousting tournament. Well, it works better when you're paired up, but obviously I'm not. I had somebody get into interdiction position with me the other day and kept trying to interdict me, except he didn't have an interdictor, which was annoying as hell because he was my mission objective. And then you got this guy still just doop-de-doop-de-doing. I guess he really just wants to orbit. You do you, buddy. You just orbit away. Even East Coast US people think driving 200 miles is nuts. Well, I mean, you can get 200 miles on the West Coast, traffic depending, on the time it usually takes to go 30 miles, well, 50 miles, on the East Coast with, you know, standard traffic. At least from what I've observed back when I was driving out in New Jersey. I never want to drive in New Jersey again. I mean, it is a beautiful place if you go off the beaten path, but it's like crowded Oregon. Around 30% away from elite and trade too. Been a good 2 weeks since I loaded in. Well, right now we're kind of in that space where everybody's waiting for the beta and then everybody's waiting for the update after the beta. Because everybody wants to try out the new stuff, but nobody wants to burn out on the new stuff while they're testing it. So, Elite's got this... Well, to me, it's got this kind of funny... One moment. Let me find the comms array.
You have entered a trespass zone.
That's the one. Yep, try not to hit the python.
Incoming mission critical message.
There we go.
Trespass zone cleared.
Nice, quick, clean. I like it. Balance. Nearly arrested for trying to pump my own gas in New Jersey. Like I said, crowded Oregon.
All systems check out. No unusual activity.
I will say Oregon has, within the last year, they have relaxed those regulations so people can actually pump their own damn gas.
Incoming mission critical message.
Alright, where you at? Maybe it's that keelback. Where y'all live? Right turn on red lights. Legal or not? 90% legal. There are occasional places where you cannot turn right on red, but those are very few and far between. And they're always marked. Arizona's Wild West driving. We can even change lanes in an intersection, so right turn on red is no problem. It's like Lord of the Flies, ain't it? This ain't Vietnam, there's rules here. Oh, I was catching up on other news, and maybe some of you might have caught me talking to Malik about this yesterday, but... Did any of you happen to see the thing about... What was it? In Belgium. Belgian Air Force mechanic triggered the internal cannon on an F-16 and blew up another F-16 while he was servicing it, and the explosion from that one managed to damage the one he was working on. Which... You know, one, Belgium, stupid Flanders. Two, does he get to put a little, 1.5 little kill markers on his toolbox now? Because really, he's got more kills than like 98% of the Belgian Air Force. Does that make him a Top Gun instructor now? And yeah, that is a bad day. That is not something you want to be written up for. No. A couple more accidents, and then technically he's an ace. Accidents. That's a very good question. Why was it even armed at the time? Because you're usually supposed to offload all the, all the bullets. Also, Malik was saying the hydraulic system would have to have been active. The electrical switch would have happened to have been on. And at the same time, if I remember right, there's supposed to be an interlock where you can't fire the cannon with the gear down. There was a lot of stuff got bypassed or went wrong on that day. Though at least that was an accident. I was also seeing, and you can catch video of this elsewhere, I think he worked for I think he was U.S. Army. But he was,
Objective detected.
there was an exercise in Germany where they were doing a bunch of airdrops, airdrop vehicles and supplies and things. And this guy was going through, he was a loadmaster, I think, on a C-130. He was going through and cutting some of the straps. So you could watch a Humvee come plummeting out of the back of a C-130 and just hit terminal velocity.
Awaiting orders.
Target power plant. A grill, thank you so much for the host. Greatly appreciated. Target power plant.
Scanning now. Under attack.
Yeah, F-16s are 20 millimeters, M61 Vulcan. Ooh, hi there. Oh. No, Sidewinder. Eh.
Cargo scoop return.
Don't worry, buddy, you got this.
Deployed.
Type in F-16 main cannon in Google. Yeah, the F-16 runs an M61 Vulcan. The A-10 runs a GAU-8A Avenger. Have you seen the devs announced new ships, as in more than one? I did see that, the plural. Also in the teaser for that, I saw that the engine array on that keelback was different. Or keelback crate. The engine array on that crate, it was linear. Instead of what? Four clusters of four engine clusters. It was like one long line of engine. Looked like the Millennium Falcon. Yeah, crate Phantom. That's my assumption now. Who knows if that's correct, but also in that that picture of the, in that teaser. In that teaser, when you see the crate flying through that storm in space, you can make out what looks like a Thargoid ship, and it doesn't quite look like a Hydra. It's a slightly different configuration. You secretly want a new keelback Phantom. Well, come on. Let's be honest here, Marino. How bad would you have to screw up to make a worse keelback? You could drop a keelback off a cliff and you wouldn't get any insurance payout because they would have told you just did 5 million credits in improvements.
Cargo scoop deployed.
You could crash it into a star, have half the plating melted off, another quarter of the plating kind of, just kind of hanging loosely off the back of the ship. And they would say, no, you just added lightness and have increased its speed. The next type model for mining, the largest ship in the game. Well, if it actually works for mining, then I'm all for it.
Cannot comply.
Yes, the Type 8 Panther Clipper.
Leaving system.
Yeah, right. Panther Clipper.
Hey, best buddy.
Oh, it's you.
Gray Cat Farts, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Welcome to the crew, and yeah, you know a thing about Gray Cat
Arrival
Farts.
in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I got Hank and Yuki, so, combine them and you got a Gray Cat. I can't wait to blow up an asteroid. Yeah, seismic charges. So yeah, get my Django Fett on. See if we can use seismic charges to fight enemies in the resource site. That'd be all kinds of fun. I am in favor of this kind of fun. Nice thing about Budarin Ring, it's not orbiting a planet, it's just orbiting the star, period. So any approach is basically a straight on to the door docking approach. Why was the nickname of that person Gene Splicer? I find that sometimes it's best just not to ask. Looks like the Praxis explosion. A little bit. I would still go for You know, the asteroid battle and Attack of the Clones. Which reminds me, I really need to clear off the table so now and I can get some X-Wing miniatures going.
Lakon Kilo Yankee Lima. It's good to see you, Commander. Please enjoy your stay at this facility. Access granted. Please head directly for Bay 2-3.
Copy, Tower. Pad 2-3.
11 o'clock far.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Commander.
Gear down.
Landing gear deployed.
Meters from touchdown. Ship is on the ground, engaging docking restraints. Station services are at your disposal.
Alright, how screwed up are we in... Here, let's see here. We are... What? Oh, I need to go check on Kapanen D, it looks like. Find out if we're going to war there or not. Always something. Galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
So no, I forget if I said, I think I did. I did a slight modification on this.
Disengage from landing pad.
Weed is legal here tomorrow, guessing it'll be foggy. Whoops, what the?
Target destroyed.
Oh, sucks for you. I mean, I don't smoke it myself. I hate the smell, and so by extension, I'm a little frustrated when downstairs neighbors decide to light up and, you know, it just wafts in the window. I'm one of those people, I can't, you know, I figure you'd get a better aroma by lighting a dead skunk on fire. But, no, if it's, you know, I'd say I'm happy it's legal. Just not happy with the legal users sometimes.
Key systems are at optimal levels. Readying for exit now.
Okay, we are in the Kapanen D system. Let's go pop by Madsen. Clicked on the other tab, came back, now the stream won't restart. I'm not sure what to say there. Total shutdown and restart of the app or the browser, depending if you're on, you know, the app or the browser. Oh, there we go. Excellent. Glad to hear it. What are we doing here? System status. 15%. That says we're in downturn, but we aren't. This is what I'm looking at, by the way. Let's see. Make sure there's nothing incriminating here. So yeah, this is what I'm taking a peek at. All of our faction information for Kapanen D. Everybody's having a bad day here. Looks like you got 1, 2, Possibly 4 wars brewing. Well, 2 wars with 4 belligerents. All I wanted to do was start a little group. I didn't want to end up being El Presidente of space. Or even this section of space. Incense and air spray. Gotta be careful with that. I mean, just, you know, because cats, but yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's so nice here. Usually we have the windows open damn near year round, unless, you know, like November through February. Yeah, we may be buttoned up for that. Right, do not go flying into the gas giant. The base is on the other side of the gas giant. Tempted to go after Mr. Butterworth here, but small fry. You were just interdicted by the fearsome panda. Eats, shoots, leaves? I got pizza. You get all the hype. Actually, I gotta go rolling past the cat clinic because they lost Hank and Yuki's bed. Now they found it. They've just contacted me. Which, finding a cat bed that all the cats are happy with is actually a major undertaking. Much more major than I expected before I adopted cats. That's pad 2. I ain't looking for pad 2. Lights on? What am I
Lights
bouncing
on.
into? Oh, the station. Oh crap, there's my landing pad. In some ways, I feel like I have not lost any skill in the 2 weeks I've been gone. In other ways, well, I still fly like an idiot. Alright, who can I... Well, just run a mission or two here for the air entry. Give those a little bit of boost. Better have no pineapple. I am no longer in any kind of place to complain about pineapple on a pizza. Kinda liked it. I just beat a scary panda and an Asp Explorer in my Asp Scout. I'm not sure what to say about this event. Well, for one, I wouldn't go around blabbing that you were in an Asp Scout. Ugh. Under 90 light seconds, I'll do that. 33 light seconds, I'll do that. And it's a Densu. I'll do that. Alright. Those 3 missions should be good enough. It's a good xenoarchaeology ship. I agree it should be buried for several million years. Gear up.
Landing gear raised.
Buried for several million years, let some alien race dig it up. There you go. It's a good xenoarchaeology ship. I don't get the hate with pineapple on pizza and why it suddenly became a thing.
Arrival in 5, 4,
I don't know.
3, 2, 1.
I mean, I also think that conditionally socks are good with flip-flops. I mean, I don't get the hate for that. I mean, I don't think they look great, but all these people going death to socks and sandals? People, you need to calm down. Okay, socks and flip-flops. Kinda... Well, I guess, I mean, if you're going out to take out the trash or something, but, you know, more elaborate sandals, go with it. They do chocolate pizza here. Okay, see, now that's just one of those... They were too busy asking if they should to ask if they could. Well, Ghost, you may want to cover your ears for this next part then, because I am going to tell a little bit of a tale about going out on the beach. Because the sea kicked my ass. Oh, the sea was angry that day. So, while we were out there was a little bit of a hurricane churning away off of Baja. Maybe it was a tropical storm by that time, I don't know. But we were getting all kinds of warnings from the National Weather Service about high surf. Well... who am I thinking? I don't care about, you know, I respect the sea, but I'm not afraid of it. 5 minutes later, I'm very afraid of the ocean. I don't want to go back in. No, we went out to the beach, and Meow and I were, you know, just relaxing, and I figured, hey, I'll go out into the surf. Looks fun. Two things happened. One, I went out into the surf, and I was standing up. It was about out to my calves, and a wave hits me. A very large wave. Not tall, just big. And it catches me right across the knees. And ever so slightly hyperextends my knee. Ow. So I go down. Yeah, I hit the floor hard. Turn back towards Meow and wave her off because I'm okay. I'm okay. Just kind of hurt a lot. And I get up. I stand up, and she is waving wildly at me. And I turn around just in time to see that wave's big brother come up. And it kicks my feet out from under me. And I actually do a full-on backward somersault when this wave hits. Which then proceeds to drag me across the shore. And I'm like, ow. And then it proceeds to pull me back across the shore. Enjoyable, but yeah, stand side on with waves. Well, yeah, now I know. Where were you 3 days ago when this information would have been useful? And now is too busy laughing at me to be able to offer any aid. I had, just from that one incident, I suddenly found myself with sand in places I didn't know I had places. I showered many, many times, and still I got on the plane and I just shake my head, and suddenly I'm carrying the beach with me. Oh, the seas were angry that day. Like an old man trying to eat soup with a fork.
This message is irrelevant!
So deserves the bits.
Estimated profit, thank you so much for the 300 bits. Yep. So deserves the bits. Well, thank you. I'm glad that my impromptu Buster Keaton routine gained me something. I can barely handle bathwater. No, I'm all right with... I was 6 or 7 when the ocean taught me my lessons. I didn't leave Iowa until I was old. Yeah, I realize I got off lucky. I did know enough. I mean, once it started dragging me back towards the sea that I should probably stand up and actually put up a fight here. So I did. Things were much better after that. Massacre mission. High influence. Kill 24 pirates. Tempting, but no. Yeah, I had sand packed and crammed into every... less I say about it, the better. Let your imagination go. Gear up.
Gear up.
I've always been 5 minutes away from the cold Atlantic. Yeah, there you go. I've always been 5... a ways. The closest we had to any kind of place was a 45-minute drive. A place called Clear Lake, Iowa. Which I can only assume was named in the same way that you nickname a fat guy Tiny.
Interstellar travel.
Or no, you name the fat guy Slim, you name the 8-foot-tall guy Tiny. I can only assume that's why Clear Lake got its name.
All systems check out. No unusual activity.
That place was so cloudy and silted up, you couldn't even see the water, because you couldn't peer through the layer of dirt hanging over the water. This area had reached supersaturation of dirt. I didn't get the somersault, I had a backspin. Youch. Oh, let's see here. And I'm sorry to hear that, Ghost. That's got to be hard. Oh, there's a paddle wheeler there on the lake named the Lady of the Lake, and believe me, the Maiden of the Mess would be a better name for it. I mean, you get up enough of a running start and you don't really sink. Though I will admit the snowmobile hydroplane races were interesting. Gear down.
Gear down.
Let's see if I can pull this off, flight assist off. So far, so good. Up. All right. That helps. That helps the. That's a shot to the self-confidence there. Alright, Silas, anything fun here to deal with? Massacre, wing assassination. Planetary scan job. Estimated profit. Curious with the HOTAS, how are you controlling the ascent and descent thrusters? I have... 1 second. I have a powerful need to take a drink of water. So on my throttle, I've got 3 hats that I can reach with my thumb. So my top hat, my 8-way, is actually my left, right, and up-down thrusters. 5881. Good money in that. Galaxy map.
Galaxy map.
Let's see here. Where else do I need to go? I need to go to Saktasura. Alright. Well, we'll go to 5881 first. Hat switch on throttles, how I do it. Up, down, forward, back. The paddle on its left and right. Yeah, front and back I'm just using throttle, and I'm using a toggled reverse thruster I've got on my main stick. It's probably inefficient as hell. But I don't like this paddle for... I don't like the paddle on this throttle. Gear up. It's like my only problem with this throttle.
Adjusting for jump.
I mean, I feel like I should make some adjustments, have some, well, when I was using my backup stick, the T16000M, I had the twist on that.
Stand by.
The twist rudder was actually set up like a motorcycle throttle.
Message.
So I had, mission critical message. Somebody coming to kill me? So no, that was actually really good. I had my forward and rear thrusters controlled with that.
Critical message.
Ah, there we go.
Incoming transmission.
Hello, wizard. Well, that's not going to get out to him, is it? Galaxy map.
Displaying map.
Where in the hell? Ah, there he is. Wait, can it be called Out in the Black if you're in Colonia? Well, I guess so. It's just the populated black. I thought you were out in the great deep dark hinterlands of somewhere. No, no, you're in Colonia. You're in the suburb.
We are being hailed.
Still got to figure out where to mount this gamepad I've got. I've got a an Orb Weaver Chroma, which I really want to incorporate into my setup somewhere. I'm just not sure where. Unless I tried to set up like a second keyboard arm or something. Maybe some zip ties. I'll figure something out. I only use it for left-right thrusters navigating through the tabs in the UI. Yeah, I use my same thruster controls for going through left-right and for tabs in the UI. Exact same setup, just different implementation. I'm about to scream like Vegeta. What's going on, Sniper? What did you do? Do I have any, how much experience do you have with ground loop isolators, and if you do, how badly do they reduce volume? As far as I know, they don't reduce volume that much. I mean, nothing that can't be compensated with just a little extra gain. Okay, Sniper Man, that said, what happened? And Twist my T1600 starting to give me problems again. Use it for yaw. Look into getting foot pedals. I was about to give some advice on that, but now I'm kind of in the middle of... Meow's controls all decided to go screwy. Thrustmaster needs to get a better potentiometer for that. Oh, for the rudder twist or their pedals? Dumb people everywhere. Yeah, can't argue with that. Meow's controls started going a little wonky, so we're in the market for giving her a full top-to-bottom refurbish. There you are. Set 1-2.
Incoming message. Incoming mission critical message.
Set 2-1. Galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
I wonder if it's possible using toe brakes for the CH pedals for ascent and descent. Yeah, I would suggest not doing that, Prophet, because otherwise you have to hold the brakes perfectly level, I guess you want to say, perfectly in between their two extensions. And that would just be, you know, the moment you tried using your rudders for anything. It's a neat idea, but I've tried something similar and it wasn't really. When you have the CH pedals back, they are actually technically at the extreme end of one of their extensions. Saw Malik do this with a Python a couple days ago. Oh, if you can pull that off with a... Well, I guess. Let's see here. Yeah, obviously he pulled it off. I was trying to think. I didn't think he could, but... I guess a Python's nose isn't that much different than that of, say, a Cobra 3, is it? Yeah, I honestly didn't think that was possible, but in hindsight, I just don't fly my Python enough to really need it much. Just over here with my twin stick setup. Yes, yes, yes. I considered twin stick for a while, but, well, technically I have a twin stick setup. I've got an analog stick built into my throttle. I just don't use it for anything. Which I suppose I could actually get thruster control on the thing. Find me a parking spot.
Requesting docking permission.
Evang pulled off with the Python, still not getting rid of Blue Thunder. I forget, Asp Explorer or Asp Scout? No, not Asp. Diamondback. Diamondback Explorer or Diamondback Scout? DBX, alright. You know, actually, let's play with that idea a little bit. No, hell, I can always switch it back if need be.
We are being hailed.
Alright, let's see here. Missed this ship. 4 jumps to go 1,000 light years. You must be flying an Anaconda. You must have a pretty good Jumpaconda going there. Galaxy map.
Displaying map.
Gear up.
Gear coming up.
Alright, let's see how it handles with flight assist off.
That's already done.
Wait, what? Options. My left-right thrusters are... Oh yeah, I did see that inverted. Let's see here. Flight thrusters, lateral thrust axis, invert, regular. There we go. There we go. And if need be, I've got the analog controls here too, so all good. So we're in Duran, being Blue Thunder. I forget where you can get the,
Course adjustment.
where you can put the ship designation. Do you have the 01 or the 02 up by the, on the upper surface? Just as long as you don't park it in front of a train, you
Hull
should be
integrity
good.
is within limits. All other systems are now at normal levels.
You have 02 on it, can't remember where it sticks it on there. Actually, one of the helicopters that we saw at the heliport at Lihue was a Gazelle. Just had the bubble canopy on it instead of the Apache-style canopy.
Confirming exit point telemetry. Stand by.
Fun fact about the movie Blue Thunder. All the additions they made to the helicopter made it slower. Yeah, I can see that. I like that idea. I'd be really interested to see some screenshots sometime. Meanwhile, as I overshoot the base. How do you unlock Palin again? Through Marco Quent. And 5,000 light years, yeah. Which Ghost has that covered. But, yeah, Ghost has that way beyond covered. 5,000 light years. Oh, and, I forgot. You need the, Thargoid sensor fragments. So just go find someplace with Thargoid sensors, blow them up, scoop the fragments. They count as not commodities. They count as materials. I think you need 25. Oh yeah, and they aren't caustic, which is also very nice. Okay, let's see if I can pull this off with the analog thrusters. Gear down.
Deploying landing modules.
Little tricky, but then again, muscle memory being what it is, I'm used to using my thumb for my thrusters, not my index finger. Oh, good enough. Oh yeah, Cazador, good point. Just, yeah, get the fragments. But it sounds like Ghost needs to go to Marco Quent anyway. Modular terminals. All the modular terminals. Vox, I mean, Ghost's already been out to Beagle, so she's got that particular portion of personal narrative is 100% taken care of. Got a 14-page Google Doc devoted to personal narrative. Oh, glorious. 2.7 million for just going down and honking the horn. I'll be happy with that. Anything else? Assassinate, expansion support. How about you? Einar Gunnarsson, Lehigh. Well, I gotta go to Lehigh anyway. Either Lehigh or Luwanja? Oh, no, I'm not sure. Let's see. Where did I want to go? I wanted to go to Luwanja. Nah. Either way. Gear up.
Retracting landing modules.
I may have made a terrible mistake. We'll find out here in a moment.
Interstellar travel mode, engaging now.
Ghost, by the way, how much money did you make on the way,
Is within limits.
make
All
over
other
that
systems are
Beagle
now
Point
at normal
race?
levels.
Or have you gotten done cashing it out yet?
Incoming mission critical message.
I have made a terrible mistake. Wait a minute. Make contact with the informant in the Wang system. I may be saved. 200 mil? Much better than me, then. I made 80. I made 80 and change. Longest trip. Currently 15,000 light years from Sol, 7,000 from Colonia.
Jumping to next system.
Let's see here. That's a hell of a trip. And well done on it. Yeah, suddenly I just decided, you know what? I should go to Beagle. One of these days I'll stop having silly ideas like that. Well, Ghost, to be fair, the last time you gave data, you ended up throwing how many systems into absolute chaos? I'd be a little wary of your data too. Like a white van with, hey, free data painted on the side. No one told me to stop. Yeah. Everybody's got an excuse. According to EDSM, I discovered a neutron star. Well, I mean... if you... Oh, right, you're still out there, so you don't know. Well, Aaron Duran, if you know which one it is, you can go back, check the map, and see if anybody else discovered it. If it doesn't say discovered by, then that's your neutron star. And you shall love it, and hug it, and squeeze it, and name it George.
Incoming mission critical message.
Please don't take me back to Lehigh. Please don't take me back to Lehigh. Jump.
Affirmative, Commander. Adjusting for jump.
Ghost, that's a little warm. You might want to get that looked at.
Hyperspace, checking systems now. Complete. Incoming mission critical message.
You, Pirate Man. Let's chat. So no, I think I'm going back to the Taurus here. I am really enjoying this composite build, where I have the gimbaled normal frags and then the fixed pacifiers. Actually, they do 2% less DPS. However, I've got a much higher focus, so I think they don't... What am I looking for? Like I've said before, a pacifier frag cannon's like a shotgun that has full choke on it. So I get a much tighter grouping. So at medium range, I think I'm doing a lot more damage with this gun. The two small frags, the gimbaled ones, those are more for debuff, so all I gotta do is hit with 1 or 2 pellets and, you know, the effect is had. So the little guns self-steer, and the big guns, well, they make a mess. "50% or more of the systems I went to that weren't neutron stars were totally undiscovered." Yeah, in that region, Aaron Duran, if you go up or down of, 1,000 light years or so, you will be running into totally undiscovered black holes and neutrons. Oh, yeah, Ghost, that's... Yeah. I know you're not my target, but your target practice. Yeah, S1719. Yeah, that's a crowded place. Somewhere in one of those S171 systems, you've got the highest atmospheric pressure recorded in game. Something like several 100 billion atmospheres.
Hull integrity compromised.
Target power plant.
Locked target. Under attack. Phenomenal.
Okay, we're in range of a Densu 10, so we should be getting our information here. Wish Frontier would add polar jets and accretion disks to black holes close to other stars. It really would be good, but I'm not sure how much work... I'm not sure how much work or graphical intensity that would require. But I mean, they're putting in storms now. And like Malik said, putting in storms in space might be, and you combine the storms in space now with the buffeting effect from neutron stars. Buffeting and storms. Now you've got the ingredients for atmospheric thunderstorms trying to fly through something like that. Let me look up S171. I think I've been there. I have. All right, what do we got here? Two black holes and a O-class. Is that a... No, it is not an Earth-like moon. That's just distance. Where do you think these storms will be? That is a very good question. One that I have no good answer to. Maybe in... Wait. 3 black holes? I didn't... Let's double check that. Black hole, black hole, black... Oh! I didn't see that fork there. Okay, very close binary black holes. A third. My mistake. "16 solar masses, 33 solar masses. 11 solar masses, nearly 12. You're right, that is a funny little place, Aaron. But the official wizard, where do I think the storms will be? You could end up in it with them in places like, say, O-class stars, really energetic stuff, or multiple stars. You could end up with it in some kind of protoplanetary ring, maybe? Maybe orbiting T Tauri. The protoplanetary disk. Nebula, possibly. That's certainly a good, yeah. That's certainly a good option. You would end up, yeah, because right now you fly through a nebula and it's just a backdrop. And some very, very nice, you know, pretty lighting, but... Wolf Rayets. There's a few options. Near neutrons, don't know if that was said. Wasn't, but near neutron stars, supernova remnants. Maybe black holes. I mean, again, supernova remnant. I'm also curious what their effect will be. I'd be very interested to see if they interfere with shields, because what we saw there in that teaser, the shields were down on that crate. Now, is that because they didn't put shields on board, or is that because, you know, because of something else?
Detected.
Sensor interference, yeah. Threat level 2. Okay, this is going to be probably a Federal assault ship. Yeah, I was considering that, Aaron, you know. The Battle of the Mutara Nebula.
Commander, what are your orders?
Oh, a competent Fer-de-Lance.
Under attack. Target shields offline. Phenomenal. Incoming mission critical message. Cargo scoop deployed.
So, you need precipitated alloys. I think I found the place.
Picking up a distress signal.
Yes, the pacifier is the power play frag cannon. So you've seen a standard frag cannon fire before. You know, it's just a shotgun, the Doom Sneeze. This is what a pacifier looks like when it fires. Let me activate here. Okay, so here's your standard frag cannon. You can kind of see the uneven fall of shot there. This is a pacifier firing. You know, much, much tighter grouping. Who gives that one? That is Hudson. So yes, I swallowed my pride, held my nose, and worked for Zachary Hudson for a month.
Confirming exit point telemetry. Stand by.
Three-quarter impulse.
Three-quarter impulse.
Once we hand in here at Foreman, I'm gonna take that clipper out and see what happens with that, because I'm kind of curious. I am a little bit curious here. Hank, what are you doing back there? You know what? I don't even want to know, Hank. You just Hank away.
That's a negative.
I mean, that's a negative. I want to land. That's a better. Gear down.
Gear down and slow. The ship is yours to dock.
That's better. Am I hung up on a light pole? I was hung up on a light pole. Yeah, the analog stick is cute, but I get just as much responsiveness out of the just standard on-off nature of the hat switch. Million credits. I'll take that. Galaxy map.
Incoming Galaxy map.
Message.
All right, let's head to Undin. Go gret the clipper. Get the clipper. Practice. What's that? Why am I out of it? Gear up.
Landing gear retracted. Maximum velocity engaged. All systems check out. No unusual activity. Warning.
We're fine on fuel.
Warning, temperature critical.
Ooh. Okay, I'm getting a Grinchy kind of idea on the Clipper build, except I'm going to apply it to a Federal assault ship.
Friendship drive.
Not sure how.
engaged. No anomalies detected.
Armor it up. It wouldn't be as fast. It would
Hyperspace
still be
checking
fast.
systems now. Complete.
Okay, so I just need to, we'll get landed here at Budarin. We'll apply this to the Clipper because I have a Clipper. And if the idea works, then we're going to move on to the assault ship. Does anybody know off the top of their head how stealthy can a Federal assault ship be? No clue off the top of your head? Alright. Also, and I'm trying to remember this. Wow, I have not flown a Federal assault ship in a long time. That has, what, 2 or 3 medium hard points? I want to say it's 2 and 2. I could be very wrong, though.
We are happy to have you, Commander. Please note that all station services are at your disposal. Access granted. Proceed to Bay 37.
Gear down.
Landing
2 and 2,
modules
alright.
deployed.
That's what I was thinking. Suddenly I had a... Yeah. So, yeah, it's a... Okay, 2 and 2.
100 meters from touchdown. Docking complete. Engaging docking restraints.
Yep.
Good to have you with us, Commander.
Yeah, there's nobody that has dual large and triple medium. Closest you can get to that is what? Like, you know, an Imperial cutter.
In order to keep bay traffic flowing smoothly, please follow standard operating procedures.
Right, 1 large, 4 medium, 2 small. Right, and the drop ship is 4 medium and a large. No, for this... So really, it's the same weapon loadout as an Imperial Clipper, so it's not doing much, and you lose a little bit of speed, you lose... I mean, the Clipper is good for this just because it's got such wide weapon placement on it. Yeah, it really would be. It'd be a great ship if it wasn't, like you say, slow as a brick. Let's see your fire groups. Let's take a quick on jog over to the nav beacon. I got 12 torpedoes on this thing. I'm very curious. Gear up.
Gear up.
Landing restraints lifted. Maintain correct lane on exit.
I mean, horrendously inefficient for, you know, dealing with run-of-the-mill pirates. However, I'm very curious if I could modify this thing to turn it into just a one-shot assassination machine. And I may as well test that out over here. I mean, I'd be engineering the torpedoes a little bit. Like, turn the two larges into reverberation cascade. Haha, 8 reverb torpedoes hitting a ship. Those shields are gonna feel it. And then the 2 launchers down below I could turn into, like, tunneling munitions or something. But I've never done all torpedoes, and suddenly I'm very curious about that. Is there anything big I can shoot at? Well, you're a fairly good size. Wanted. Torpedoes away.
Warning.
Gets a little warm. Set 1-2. Should have saved some torpedoes in reserve or have something else, but... Well, if those had been reverbs, the other torpedoes would have just smacked right into them. Pretty sure there was some impacts. We'll see here in a second. Assuming I get paid. Well, I'll work on that concept a little bit. But it gives ideas. Set 2-1. Just horrendously expensive ideas. Tygon Star, what do you think about the new Chapter 4 teaser? I'm in favor. I like what I saw. The new crate looks lovely. At least, you know, from the backside, which is where we saw it. I like the Space Storms. What looks to be a new Thargoid class ship. And no, I mean, other than, you know, we're getting the squadrons, we aren't getting the, you know, we aren't getting the squadron carriers yet. And yet is a very important word. Yeah, Crate Phantom. But they've also said ships, plural, so it could be the Phantom. Hell, it could be something else. Maybe there's something else, like there's a third crate we were never notified of. Doubtful, but So yeah, assuming the Panther Clipper, right?
We are happy to have you, Commander. Please note that all station services are at your disposal.
We'll find Raxla before the Panther Clipper comes out.
Head directly for Bay 02.
Alright, so on the agenda, this thing needs some upgrading and updating. Gear down.
Lowering gear.
200 meters from touchdown.
I'll probably be watching the live stream tomorrow, yeah.
Docking complete. Perform landing checklist. It's good to have you with.
Beta testing on the 30th, yep, saw that. Well, hell, that's only 180 grand in restock. Wait a minute. Well, that's kind of interesting. The torpedoes aren't showing up in the modules. Okay, play with that a little bit later. See about putting something else on you for... I'm probably gonna go with... The Chieftain, it was originally, what, supposed to be an anti-Thargoid ship, and it is not an anti-Thargoid ship. At least not the way I fly it. That probably means I'm just flying it wrong. Got the Bifrost here. Need to work on these hammers. Trying to figure out what I want to do with that. Type 9, which... You know what? I don't use a Type 9. There are a lot of other ships that I will use. But this thing, I used it once. Hated it. Let's strip it and sell it. Neat little Fuel Rats logo there floating off to the side. Okay, 7A thrusters, store them. 6A power distro, store it. Otis, I'm off. Might be back, might not. If not, have a good night. Yeah, talk to you later. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to be wrapping.